Good morning everyone and thanks for hanging out with me. Today in the Ioniq I want to drive it to 0. It's at 99% but it switches so fast. And I will go to the highway, drive with around 90 kilometers an hour and then drive as far as I can, go to a 175 kilowatt charger, which it doesn't need, but at 50 kilowatt chargers it doesn't charge the full speed. And then we will film how it's charging. And I have my little boy with me, Wesley. And today is not about time, it's about range, so we'll take my time, no fast acceleration or anything, just see the range and also not get stressed. I drove around 11 kilometers, so I'm now at the highway. We'll start the live stream and I noticed that regen at 100% is around half of what you get when it's not 100%, so you get some regen even with full battery, so it's a nice buffer, that's nice. And then it gradually gets more, so at 78% I had 70% of regen and now I have already 80, so I guess 1% more and I have full regen, and that's just nice. I'm now entering the highway here and then we'll go to 52% and then I turn around. I'm on the highway on the way to Munich. I did almost 50 kilometers. My consumption is at 112. I'm at 87%. It's raining a tiny bit, but the road is still dry. I'm in eco mode, not eco plus. Heat is on and it always goes to around 500 or 600 watt and then it goes back to 0. Like I said, this is a comfortable drive, but at 94 kilometers an hour, cruise control, and I turned adaptive off so it doesn't keep a distance. For the highway, I like that better. Live stream is going on. 10 people are crazy enough to be at 7 a.m. here. We are at 80%, 222 kilometers range left, says the car. These are our stats. So 68 kilometers, that would mean 340 kilometers to 0. I'm not driving totally to 0, but maybe to 1%. My consumption is pretty high, I'm surprised. Maybe because of the heat. I have around 600, so it would be 60 watt hours per kilometer for heat. Maybe I should turn it off, but it's cold. No, I wanna have it, drive it the normal way, so that normal people can relate to it. It's raining, it already stopped. It was just a tiny bit. Road is totally dry, tiny bit wet, damp, it's fine. And heat is off now, so it stays, always heats up a bit and then then shuts it off. I'm at 60%, car says 165 kilometers range left. I have the heat on 21.5, driver only. Sometimes it shows me up to 500 watts for heat, but that's okay. Consumption is pretty high, I'm surprised, at 124 watt hours per kilometer. Focus please. I'm at 120, now it switched to 59%, 127 kilometers. Yesus! There was a Porsche going way over 200 and loud. He's right. God, I can still hear him, he's far away. Oh my God. Yeah, people have fun with their cars. Sunday is a great day, no traffic at all. I'm at 52%, I will turn around very shortly. We did 147 kilometers. Car says 144. We'll go out here and turn around. I'm at 50% now. I drove 150 kilometers. To the charger is 148 and the car says 141 kilometers range left. So maybe I overdid it a bit. But it was so interesting. It went to 52%. I went off the highway and it went to 50% so fast. Maybe I have to slow down a bit. And because it's raining now too, so consumption will get higher. Consumption is pretty high with 125. I will turn the heat off, that's for sure. Freeze a bit and maybe slow the car down to 92, maybe 91, and then we'll see. Hopefully it will go down a bit, so elevation is down. stress now. We have to get the my range up by 5 kilometers. It should do it with going 3 kilometers an hour slower. I had to slow down my pace a bit from 94 to 93 because it's 127 kilometers to the charger and the car says 128 kilometers of range. I'm at 44%. Consumption goes a bit down. The rain is not very strong. Road is not wet. It should be fine. So road is really okay. I have my lane keep assist on just to be safe. And it does it very well, and then it beeps at you when you go near the line, and it says hold the steering wheel, yeah, like now, and then it blinks up there. So I should show you that again. It steers, keep hands on steering wheel, but it doesn't beep. Before it beeped, I don't know. So I don't know if it's downhill a bit or if it's I turned the heat off as well. I really want to get to the charger. Yeah, it beeps. I sped up again to 94 kilometers an hour. I think it's okay. Even turned on the heat. The car says 110 kilometers range left, 37%, and I have 101 to go to the charger. So that's 9 kilometers left. If I turn off the heat, it's even 12 kilometers of safety. Let's see, I think the consumption goes down. Maybe it's really going downhill. Consumption now is 121. It was 125 on the way there. It's raining a tiny bit. It always starts raining and stops raining. It's not a big thing when it comes to consumption. And I've seen that 1% is around 4 kilometers of driving, but now I have the heat on, it will be different. It was without the heat, and I had the seat heater on. It doesn't take a lot of power. I mean, look at that. 300 watts, and without the seat heater, it's maybe 250. Oh, goes up now? Why? What's changed? Changes the whole time. I don't know. Look at that. It's fluctuating around. No idea why it does that. Almost at 200 kilometers of range, and 36%. That means 300 kilometers should be no problem at this speed. Eco mode, heat reduced. Heat is not doing anything at 21.5. Maybe I have to increase a bit. Maybe 22 is more. And it says 108. Still only 2 kilometers of difference with climate on or off. And now we're at 200. Come on. There we are. And we're at 36%. Piece of cake. Still 98 to go, 108, so 10 kilometers margin. We are at 25% right now. We traveled 231.3 kilometers. 120 watt hours per kilometer is my average. I still have 85 kilometers of range, and I need 67 to the charger. I have the heat back on again and the fan on 3, and consumption still goes down, so it was a bit uphill on the other side, or wind against me. But so far I should get to the charger without any problem. I will drive around there to drive it down to as less range as I dare. That would be exciting. I'm at 15%, 58 kilometers of range left. I drove 260, 119 is my average consumption. It's still 37 kilometers to the charger, so I have to drive around at the charger. I have 20 kilometers too much, but that's okay. I have everything the same. Lights are on, heat is on at 22 degrees, driver only. I have the heat seater on a bit, but I turn not all the time. And I think for the consumption and with the wet road ahead a bit, and with rain, I would say maybe 60 watt hours per kilometer. I have more than if I would drive without climate and without lights. That lights take more power than I would think I thought this is LED, and I really think so it's LED, because it has the auto high beam. Huh. Doesn't mean that auto high beam means LED, but I think so. Engersberg. This is where I started with the Model 3 Tesla supercharger. The CCS charger there doesn't work. That's why I didn't start here. See the bars? We're almost in the red. I'm at 12%, 49 kilometers of range. I wonder what will happen when we are in the red. So far nothing. Now it is. We're in the red at 11%. No warning. See if there's a warning at 10% then. 10%. Still no warning. I got the warning now. Low battery. Please visit the nearest charging station. Okay. Go away. I'm not gonna do it. I'm leaving the highway soon in 7 kilometers. We're at 9%, 38 kilometers of range, 22 to go. So the margin decreased to only 16 kilometers. And average consumption went a bit up. But so this is what you can expect, 120 watt hours per kilometer with heat on, lights on at 90 kilometers an hour GPS speed, starting to rain a bit, not a problem. If you turn lights, climate off, then I would say 60 less, so 100 and 115. When I did my test, it was, I think, 106, so I was off by almost 10%. That's a lot. 8% now. Rain starts, do automatic wiping, doesn't do it, why not? Charge immediately at 6%, even 7 because I used regen a bit, but it was at 6% where it says charge immediately, range 30 kilometers, power limited, and I have turtle mode. Everything's here. Of course, full regen, that's nice. It's raining like crazy now, but just for the last 5 minutes maybe. Ooh, and it keeps there, unless, of course, I have to switch it away. Still 14 kilometers to go to the charger, and I have 30 kilometers of range, if this is true. 29, but still 15 kilometers margin. Let's do this. Ooh, it doesn't go away. If I click it, yeah, it goes away. Fine. The range display is gone. 6%. It says no range, still 10 kilometers to the charger. Turtle mode, battery warning, everything's there, but 6%. Come on. Should work. I turned the climate totally off. And it's raining like crazy now. Oh, stress, but I'm only doing 80. Not even. I should use cruise control, huh? The 80. Almost at 300 kilometers. Come on, 200 meters. Damn it, the charger is right here. Hopefully I get to the 300. It's really right here. Come on. Come on. Yes, 300 kilometers. We're at 3%. I'm right at the charger. So I'm a bit disappointed. I was hoping to get more. I really thought with 90 kilometers an hour on the highway, you get more than a WLTP range. Let's plug in and film the charging. Oh, those are my stats. You can see, and 3%, it doesn't show the range anymore. So that charger here, 175, it stopped at 7%. It said communication error, and because I have the ignition on, it said so. It's weird, otherwise I couldn't see the thing. And I didn't know that on the side of it, here's a hypercharger, and it says in the thing up to 1000 volt and 500 amps, so like Ionity. And it shows a little window with state of charge, 44 kilowatt charging, how much you charged and how long in seconds. So that's exactly what I want. It's too bad I don't have my something here to film the whole thing. That would be nice. But let's see when it goes up to 47. There's no voltage, that's sad. And it's charging now, that's good. And it's totally stressful because I wanted to walk Wesley. But to film the screen, what charging speed it has, the key has to be inside and the ignition has to be on, otherwise you don't see it. And so I was walking around here because the camera was in there. Anybody can take the car and drive away. Not good. And if you haven't seen Wesley, that's my boy Wesley. Ooh, we're gonna walk a bit more. 46 kilowatt now. That's good. I've seen 47 many times at the Ioniq. I want to see when it starts having 47. Since stupid me forgot the camera stand, so I can put a camera here and film it, I'm doing it like this. Action camera with a 3 suction cup. We're still not exactly at 47 kilowatt, but almost. At 20%. Now we are there. See when it throttles. And I would film this with this camera for the whole way. Hopefully this holds. Stress. Now I want to go through the whole charging process, and as you've seen in the video, I charged at a 175 kilowatt charger and it didn't work from 3 to 7%, which took 3 minutes. And it charged with started with 41 kilowatt and went to 45. But the charger had a problem. It says that the ignition is on. I think that happens a lot if you want to heat or something like this while charging. So I don't know. And then I went to this hypercharger. But let's start. I want to give you as much information as I can. Like I said, 45 kilowatt was at around 7%. And I have my chart here. So, and then I move over, and then on the hypercharger I didn't film for the first 6 minutes. So, and in the first 4% that I charged on the other charger was 1.5 kilowatt hours that I charged. So we'll add this to all the thing. So let's just go. And at 7 minutes, which is then 10 minutes, we are 19%. We charged 6.5 kilowatt hours, and we are 47 kilowatt, and we had an average charging speed of 39. To 20%, it takes 10 minutes. This is great. To 30% takes 16 minutes, and you see after 15 minutes, we are 28%, 10.3 kilowatt hours charged. Charging speed is 47, average is 41. And then next thing will be at 40%, which takes 20 and a half minutes. There we are. At 20 minutes we are 39%, 14.3 kilowatt hours charged, 48 kilowatt is our charging speed, average is 43, 50%, then it took from 40% to 50% only 4 minutes. This is the fastest for the whole charging thing. At 25 minutes we are at 51%, 18.4 kilowatt hours charged. We are at 49 kilowatt, and there we have it. At 55 the speed drops to 44, and at 60% it drops down to 36 kilowatt of charging. After 30 minutes we are at 61%, 22 kilowatt hours charged, 36 kilowatt is our charging speed, average is 44. You can see from 50 to 60% took 4.5 minutes. At 35 minutes we are at 68%, 25 kilowatt hours charged, 37 is our charging speed, 43 is our average. To 70%, from 60 to 70 takes 7.5 minutes, so significantly slower. So this is around the time where you should stop charging. At 40 minutes we're at 75%, 27.8 charged, 24 is our charging speed, 42 is still our average for the whole charging process. At 45 minutes we are at 79%, almost 30 kilowatt hours charged, we are 22, and we have 40 as average. 80%, so from 70 to 80% took 8.5 minutes, altogether 45. After 50 minutes we have 82%, 31.1 kilowatt hours charged, 15 is our speed, 37 average for the whole thing. And now it will get way slower, of course, since we are charging with 15 kilowatt. That just takes a bit. And now we are approaching 60 minutes. 60 minutes is 88%, 33.6 kilowatt hours charged. We are still at 15, 34 average for the whole thing. We reached 90%. It takes 18 minutes from 80 to 90%, all over 63 minutes. Where are we? 70 minutes. After 70 minutes of charging, we have 93%, 36 kilowatt hours charged. We are at 12, and 31 kilowatt is our average charging speed. There it drops to 12, 13. Then we reach 80 minutes, would be the next, and it takes so long now because we're charging with 10 kilowatt now. We're at 73 minutes. Yeah, it takes a lot in the last thing. So, but I wanted to see where we are and how much can I charge. Of course, always to know that the energy that you get from the charger is not the energy that goes into the battery, but this is the energy that you pay for. So there's always a waste in heat, loss in heat. Not waste is a bit strong. Now we are at 80 minutes. 97%, 37.8 kilowatt hours charged. We are 10 kilowatt charging, and the whole average for the whole thing is 28, which is not that bad. And before this is done, so the whole thing, it takes 88 minutes to 100%, 39 kilowatt hours charged, 27 for the whole charging curve from 3 to 100%, and it took 25 minutes from 90 to 100%. 88 minutes altogether. So you can see where the best charging speed would be at stop. I mean, if you want the best charging speed, you have to stop at 60%, because then you're over 44 kilowatt. But it's still okay to charge up to around 70% if you have a bit more time. Very interesting. Thank you much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.